now, face reality, never be charity. The enemy you fight, cover source society. Mom's not here, gotta fight all night. Right here, shadow 10 o'clock direction. Seize the moment, they destroy the nation. Around slow motion, give me motivation. Freak out now, get on the ride. Round, look around, spit out, all over. Round, look around the stone, coming in crowd. Watch out the moon, they diss it out. Guess what this sound, the bombs so ground. So round up, don't ease your pace, cause enemy's brutal. Moment of truth, there ain't no truth. You're the only one world, one love. But the battle goes in, shadows all mass destruction. Deep within the gun wounds, you can put your fate, destiny into the tomb. Hardest thing to do is changing who you are now to who you wanna be soon. First enemies inside us already. Whoever make it out may be ready for the battle. It's fearless, you better be ready. Not only winning, but the losing. Know it brings experiences for a bigger win later. Persevere for the greater good. Imagine later would maybe annihilator. Taking down the agitators, the violators, the leader or the darker to reach final layer. So who we up against? Vicious and brutal. Moment of truth, there ain't no truce. You're the only one world, one love. But the battle goes on. Shadows all mass destruction.
Okay, hello. Hello, Doc G. Hello, everybody. As you guys can tell, this is not Emily. Well,
Emily doesn't have as good of a beard.
No, Emily's beard's on the inside, not on the outside. She's one of those people with a beard on the inside for sure. So, context, I kind of had to force Emily out of this conversation, not because I don't think she can handle it. I absolutely think she is ready to fight and throw hands like I am. Mainly for her mental health and other reasons. So, Doc, I appreciate you doing this, like, literally after a phone call 3 hours ago.
No. I'm ready. I'm warmed up. It's good to be here.
Oh my goodness. If you're watching the podcast and you've never seen me with this dude before, we play stupid games online and found out after, 6 months of watching each other's streams that we live incredibly close to one another and just became really good IRL friends. So, So, without further ado, tell them about yourself. Tell them where they can find you. Tell them what you like to do.
So I'm Applied Science. You can call me Doc G. I am a part-time streamer. I'm technically a professional video games player because I have got a paycheck from Twitch. I am a political scientist by trade. I am actually a professor. I have a real PhD. And I am here to yap about video games. I'm glad to be here. I do play games on twitch.tv/@AppliedScience and youtube.com/@AppliedScience. I am not afraid to do the YouTube thing. Honestly, I've found that I watch more streams on YouTube these days than I do on Twitch, just because YouTube gives me better bit rates and I can watch it on my TV. So come check me out on YouTube. We're trying to grow that community. Or check me out on Twitch. I usually stream in the mornings. So if you're someone looking for either EU afternoons or US mornings, want to lurk and work second stream, come check me out.
This is the person I watch in the mornings whenever I'm working. He's my background noise. I can't chat a lot, but I'm there like watching him do whatever the fuck he's doing. What, like almost playing Yakuza 1 before Yakuza 0 when searching for the next game to play. And I had to quickly tag in and be like, "No, stop."
Look, man, I was going to go from Kingdom Hearts 1 straight to Kingdom Hearts 2. So like
that would have been, well, I can't even say that would have been a mistake, because honestly, for your own mental health, that would not have been a mistake. That would have been the right call.
That would have been the right call. That would have been the right call.
I've only seen Doc crash out once in our 6 years of knowing each other. Almost 6 years.
You weren't there for Ni no Kuni.
I was not there for Ni no Kuni. Ni no Kuni was before I met you. I have seen him crash out one other time, and it wasn't Chain of he went back to play the Game Boy version, but when he was playing Chain of Memories, specifically against the Parasite Cage, I have never seen him so mad. I was getting secondhand, like, he's mad at me right now from like how tilted he was. I don't blame him. If you play Chain of Memories, play the Game Boy version. It's the better version.
I disagree.
You think the 3D version's the better version?
I do. I think it handles better than the Game Boy version.
Oh, well, that's been this podcast episode, y'all. I hope you guys have a wonderful night. I have to go make a drive to go beat some sense into this man.
It's about the way that the game handles. That's all it is for me. I can handle moving around. It gives me enough space moving in 3D to be able to make the cards thing. I hate the cards-based combat, full stop.
Oh, as you should.
But moving around in 3D at least allows me to get enough separation to make decisions, whereas in 2D it's just terrible. But that's not what we're here to fight about.
My whole thing, and I'll leave it at this. My whole thing, and the reason I like it is it's not the movement itself, is because based on how the card system is set up, it is set up for a 2D space. So I understand the needing distance in the 3D space, but the way that the card game itself is set up is for a 2D space, because you have to be able to see everything happening. And if you don't, and there's something behind you, oh well, good luck.
Yeah, I guess I just had more I found the 2D one to be more difficult for me than the 3D one. Not that the 3D one was good for me.
No,
it
was
the 2D
bad
one
for
was
you.
actually worse. It was actually worse.
Oh my goodness, what the fuck was that? I burped. I'm so sorry. That was rude. I'll be better.
You are a meat human, and you're allowed to make meat human noises.
Like from drinking a delicious Diet Coke, # not sponsored, Diet Coke sponsor. I would take your money so fucking fast. It's not even funny. I would sponsor the shit out of you, Diet Coke. I'm your #1 fan.
Sneak, it's still time to reach out. It's always time to reach out, Sneak Energy.
Who? What is Sneak Energy?
You've never seen me drink it. I drink Sneak like every morning on stream and at work.
Oh, is that like one of those gamer drinks?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'd do this. This is something I'd throw in like one of my protein shakes. Well, probably not because they're flavored.
So like the cherry one in with the vanilla protein shake, that would slap.
Okay. I don't love cherry. Do they have like a blueberry? Because I do.
They have a wide variety of flavors, but I'm not here to show for Sneak.
They're not paying us. I'm not even going to show them on screen. They're not paying us. Hey, Sneak, give me that sweet money, and I'll show you off. Or just send me a sample once, and then I might show you off for a second. Okay.
I know you told me not to acknowledge chat, but
no, you actually can't.
Right.
No, yes.
Pepsi Zero is in fact better. Team Pepsi. All the way.
Don't make me regret my decision today.
I'm tired of pretending that Pepsi doesn't taste better.
You and my wife are both wrong. I know. I'm going to have to contend with that statement later. Allison's going to beat me up later. However, you and Allison are both wrong. And Casey, you are also wrong. But Casey, you're also a Westerner. So, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're a West Coast guy. So I don't know. Look, I'm a Southerner. I'm a Southern boy through and through. Doc, you're technically a Southerner too.
No, I'm definitely a Southerner. But Pepsi's also a Southern drink. Pepsi tastes better.
Oh, that's right. It's Carolina's, isn't it?
Coke tastes angry.
Well, that's why I don't drink regular Coke. Regular Coke and Coke Zero is weird, and I don't love it at all. I hate Pepsi Zero and Diet Pepsi. I don't know why. I just can't stand the taste unless I'm forced to. And the Diet Coke is what I need. It's that nice crisp flavor.
Anyway.
But no, you actually absolutely can. We've changed that rule over the past year. We talk to chat now.
Okay.
We
Okay.
you know, go through that. I mean, why not? I love my people. I love Sammy. I love Casey. I saw Voldy was up there. I would say Doc was there, but he's also here. So
Doc is here.
Doc is here now. Cool. We're gonna do what we normally do. Things haven't changed. Backlog update. Update for me. I haven't really done anything but play games with friends. I've been playing Mecha Chameleon with friends, which I need to get Doc on the Mecha Chameleon train now. It is a blast. And I'm going to start Assassin's Creed Resynced probably tomorrow as my get back into gaming, because I really haven't played a game for myself in a month. As well as reading DCC 2. So.
Oh my god, you're reading again?
Well, I have to finish this other book that I promised Allison. Well, I might DNF it. We'll see. I'm only 2 chapters in. You already know what it is.
Yeah, I will say that the first few chapters on that are a slog, but the last few chapters are worth it.
Is it so? It's worth okay? Because I told myself I'll get if I can't get hooked by the end of chapter 5, is when I'll.
Yeah, chapter 5 is about where it starts to turn, where it starts to get interesting.
Okay.
Once they let him out of the apartment and into the real world, it gets interesting.
Okay, good to know. For those of you who don't know, I'm talking about Ministry of Time. So, I'll be continuing that. Doc though just finished a big game that he's been doing for the past year.
I feel like it's been 6 months now. There are intervening variables with that. I've had some illness and stuff, which I got the results back on today, and we are in fact cutting that son of a bitch out of me. But
yeah,
it's not cancer. Not cancer.
Yeah.
No, I'm fine. I'll be fine, but it'll make my life a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so that with that out of the way, I finally finished The Witcher 3. I bounced off of it like 4 times in my entire life. I finally committed to it. I finally saved Ciri, saved the world, got the good ending, and I have retired off into the sunset with my super hot wizard wife.
He picked the right wife.
It's gotta be the right one.
Now here's the thing. Here's my thing, and I need to try it again. Allison and I tried Witcher 3, but I tried it on normal difficulty, and I just kept getting frustrated because, my God, those controls are bad.
Yeah, they're dated. They're dated. They're real bad.
They are painful. I texted one of my friends recently, and she's like, "Play on easy. Do it for yourself. It's worth playing on easy, and it is too good to not do that."
Yeah, I ended up dropping it down. I've heard you either have to go all the way to Death March hard, or you have to go all the way to easy. And because if you go super hard, it actually makes you really get into the crunchy systems.
Mm-hmm.
On the other end, playing it on easy, you get to invest in the story, in the world. You get it you have. I feel like you have a little bit more agency as you're going around through the world. And it's worth playing. Right, I know it's a huge ask to get through. I think I've at 60 hours to just do the main story. We've decided we're going to punt on the DLCs as the next one comes out. I'll have a DLC arc where I'll do just a bunch of DLCs from games I haven't played.
Don't forget the new DLC that's coming out this year.
Yeah, that's going to be part of it. Is this new DLC? Because they announced that during the playthrough, and I'm like, I'm not going to play these other DLCs while I know there's another DLC. I mean, the DLCs are full game. So I punted on those. I'll come back and do those along the way. We'll consider those Geralt's retirement tour before we switch over and play series game. Now, Witcher 4, I'm so excited about that one too. Especially after finally getting through Witcher 3. I've read all the books, right? I was super into it from the book side, and finally playing the game was definitely worth it. Play it on easy. Or play it on super hard. Don't play it in is what I would say there. Gerald of
Rivia. Another game that has super dated controls that I actually tried this past month, because I was trying to do backlog stuff. I tried Dragon Age Inquisition, and my God, the entire time I played for about 5-6 hours, and the entire time I'm doing that, I'm just sitting there I could be playing Baldur's Gate 3 or Skyrim right now. That is all that went through my head.
Yeah, Yeah, I'm kind of toying with doing the Dragon Age ones. Doing all three. Well, I guess all four of them. Because I haven't done those. I know I could just be playing Baldur's Gate, but I kind of want to engage with that world a little bit. And they are in my backlog. They've been in my backlog this whole time. But
Same.
actually, what I'm planning to do tomorrow, as a little bit of a palate cleanser after such a big game, and before I start this.
Yes! Yeah! My game, tied for Game of the Year 2024. Continue.
Yeah. I need a little bit of a palate cleanser, so I'm gonna play some. I think either Jack and Daxter or Penny's Big Break tomorrow. I'm at least gonna start Jack and Daxter tomorrow. We'll see how that goes. And then Monday's actually my affiliate anniversary. And so I'm gonna do the most painful thing you can imagine. It's Balan Wonderworld. I'm going to finish it.
I feel like every time I randomly pop in, somehow that game comes up. And, dude, I couldn't even give it 5 hours before I'm like, I can't do this anymore. I eventually got rid of it years later. I don't even own it anymore.
I've got it on Steam, so I can't get rid of it. But here's the deal. Its primary sin isn't that it's a bad game. It's that it's a boring game.
It is incredibly boring.
It's so boring. So we have to make fun while we do it. We have to make our own fun while we play it. This will be my third stream of it. Hopefully, this will be the end. God, I hope this is the end. I got a bunch of games and stuff to give away too. So you want to swing on by? I'll have the raffles running.
That's Monday.
That's Monday.
I'll be there Monday. I'll be there Monday morning.
Yeah.
That's fine. Obviously, I won't be able to play because will be working.
Oh, yeah.
But I'll be there. All right, we're gonna quickly go through the news. Not the news that is the main topic. Normally, this would have been a side piece. No. I do have one small bit of news that's kind of exciting, and then another bigger piece of news. Let me share my screen here. And then, damn it! Oh, I forgot! Oh no! Oh no! Your camera's gonna be goofy. It's fine. I'm not fixing it.
Don't worry about it.
God damn it! Why is my display not capturing too? That's still incorrect. There we go. Yay! Yay!
Like you're supposed to close those things before you pull it up.
Shh. Look, guys, I'm looking at 3D prints. I'm sorry. I'll try to be better. I told you, I built my own Steam machine, right? Like, it's working? Yeah. I have, my friend is picking up a ITX case, because I tried 3D printing a case, and it just kept snapping at it's not working. So I did 3D print. This is half of it, and a mount for an ITX PC case. And I'm going to mount it in there. And then eventually down the road, not now, I am going to get one of these AIO coolers for it. Because it's just a fancy PS5. It's all it is. Or, sorry, a less fancy PS5. But I digress.
A sideways fancy PS5.
Yeah. It's a long boy. It's a graphics card PS5. That's made for getting, scam coin. I mean, Bitcoin. Cool. First bit of news to talk about. The Fallout New Vegas studio, Obsidian, is reportedly working on a new Fallout game. That is huge. I need to play Outer Worlds. I know I do. It's similar enough to Fallout, so I know I will enjoy it. New Vegas is my favorite Fallout game, and New Vegas is in my top 5 favorite games of all time. I adore this game. I am excited because Obsidian, I think, does a better job than Bethesda does at creating Fallout games. But that's just me.
I've never played a Fallout.
I can't blame you. They're big games. And they're pretty slow paced, if I'm being real with you. You played Skyrim, though, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you played Skyrim, you have played Fallout, just different world and different setting. And guns versus magic. So.
You know me, I love my wizards and my spaceships.
Unfortunately, no space. Wait, did you play Starfield?
I bounced off of Starfield.
I don't blame you. I did the free trial, and this is when podcasts started, 3.5 years ago. I did the free trial for Game Pass. It wasn't a free trial. It was like the $1 trial for Game Pass when Starfield came out, and I beat it in a month. I'm like, I want to knock it out because it's not coming to PlayStation, and I knocked it out. And I said it was one of the most mid experiences of my life. They released the physical version for PS5 because they released the PS5 version earlier this year, and I picked it up. And I don't know why, even though it was a mid-ass experience, I've been having this weird itching, like, kind of want to play Starfield again. Maybe
It's like
it's mainly
it's like every now and then. Like, do I want to play? Do I want to play War? Do I want to play? What's the one? Better. Oh, shit, where is it? I don't know. But there's a game every now and then.
Look. I've heard Starfield kind of got the, and this is not a good excuse for Bethesda because this is the second time they've done it. I've heard it's gotten the Fallout 76 slash, also the, what's the other space game that was bad at the beginning but got better?
Oh, No Man's Sky.
Yeah, like No Man's Sky treatment. I heard it got better as updates came and DLC came, but that shouldn't be how it happens. That shouldn't be what happens. So
Give
I'm
me
just
a good game to begin with.
Yeah. I'm just happy I bought the game once versus actually buying it twice. And I had already played it once I bought it the second time. So I digress. The second bit of news is something that probably everybody has already heard about. Xbox is going to be laying off 3,200 people.
In a related story.
Huh?
Oh, to the Obsidian.
Oh,
thing.
yes,
In a
to the
related
Obsidian
story.
thing. Yeah. I normally would be incredibly upset about this. And I am still pretty somewhat upset. However, there's a lot more nuance to what's going on, and how it's being handled this time versus other times is significantly better. If you don't know, instead of outright closing studios like Microsoft has been guilty of doing, the ones that they were rumored to close, they actually is either made independent or sold to somebody else, like a previous parent company or something. There were 4 studios. Compulsion and Double Fine were big ones. I forgot the other ones. This is the same type of story. I think Asha Sharma is doing a better job with how she's handling these situations. I think, and Mr. Political Science over here can attest to this. I think she was dealt a bad hand and is getting a bad rep for having to do this. It's like she inherited a bad Xbox economy and is having to deal with it. You know? Yeah,
I mean, just the economic headwinds for the entire gaming industry, right? Now, I'm not that old, but like from what I've heard, stories from like the 80s when gaming really died before Nintendo brought it back. It's a very similar kind of political economic landscape out there. So she's really run into a whole lot of headwinds. But instead of just shutting these studios down, spinning them back out is definitely kind of a major W. I'm actually excited to see Double Fine go independent again, right? Instead of all these studios that really, like, Sony would have just shut them down, if we're being honest. Giving them a chance to exist on their own, I think, is a really good move.
100%.
So I'm excited to see like what these studios can do. Right, I almost thought that Obsidian was one of the ones that got spun out. I fact check me on that one.
They're not going to let Obsidian go.
I've heard rumors to the contrary on that one, but again, it's all rumors and innuendo, right? Analysis, stuff like that. This is a comedy podcast.
Is it? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm about to crash out.
You if you say that, you're clear.
In Minecraft. Sorry, in Minecraft.
But right, I'm actually. I think that she was given a bad hand. She was dealt a bad hand. Microsoft is going through major internal corporate restructuring as well. So I think this is about the best case we can possibly hope for. Honestly, I won't be surprised if Microsoft spins off Xbox at some point in the near future. The question would then become who would buy it. or could it stand on its? I don't think it could stand on its own.
No.
But I think there is a company out there that would be willing to buy that brand. It's still a really strong Western gaming brand, just like an Xbox, right? It's like, oh, I'm going to go play Xbox. I think it's really strong. Now, they haven't had a good showing the last couple of console generations, but I'm interested to see what they can do. And Laszlo is apparently interested as well.
Oh, it's Laszlo Cam! Every time Emily's cat gets on cam, I get excited. And now I get a Laszlo cam, and that's even better.
Yeah.
Oh,
Laszlo said he wanted to be involved.
Oh, my boy. My beautiful, beautiful boy. Well, that's really it for, like, news stories, because we have a god-awful amount to talk about right now.
I got a big one.
I gotta rip the Band-Aid off, and this is no secret. You guys all know what this is gonna be about. Sony being a piece of shit, and it's going to stop all physical game production. Physical media, as we know it, is dying on the PlayStation platform alone right now. And the initial thoughts when this first was announced is like, oh, the third parties can still make their discs. No, they can't. I need to make that abundantly clear. Once Sony shuts down disc production, it is for everybody because they control the disc production. There will be no more physical media on a Sony platform as of 2028. A lot of things have come out from this. A lot of things have happened since this announcement. What was it, a week ago? Was it Thursday or Wednesday last week? Like, it's been about a week.
I can't remember.
For example, I went back to Instagram, which I don't do. I hate Instagram, and I just had a crash out over my stories. And people who were like, "You're never on this site," reached out to me like, "Dude, are you okay?" And I said, "No." There's a lot of pieces to this. Doc, you specifically said you wanted to get into the nuance about why this is happening first, before we get into the problems of it and all that. But I think from your political science background side of things, let's hear what you have to say, and then jump in.
So, I find myself in the position of being a somewhat reluctant. I don't even want to say I'm going to defend it. I'm going to give you the best case defense that I can lay out for why this would happen, and I think I'm going to end up actually having a different argument than the one that you necessarily want to walk in here and have.
That's fine.
Because that's just how I run. So I've got a couple of things I want to lay out just to be there. Now, first and foremost, I still think this is a dumb decision. Like, okay. I am 100% with you that, like, from a fundamental perspective, I don't like them. Like that is where I'm coming from, but I can see why they are doing what they're doing. I can make some defenses for what they're doing. At the end of the day, though, I am still pro physical media. Well, I don't even want to necessarily say I'm pro physical media, but I'm pro ownership.
Yes,
and that's what we're going to come back to.
Yes.
That's where we're going to hard agree. The difference is in physical versus digital ownership is where we're going to get there versus licensing, and that's like, so just laying that one out there for you.
I think you and I are going to have more overlap than you think you and I are going to have. Especially with a lot of news that has come out even more so recently about it. Here's my whole thing. I've never really I guess I should start with the story of why I became so hard in the physical side of things, right? Because I don't think I may have told you this story. I don't know if I told you specifically.
I don't think I know this story.
Yeah, I've told a couple people this story. My first taste of a digital issue was back in 2014. I purchased back in 2010 or 2011. I purchased Scott Pilgrim: The World, the game, which was a Ubisoft licensed game on the PlayStation 3. I paid like $20-$30 for it. I don't remember, and I played it. And then my PlayStation 3 seppuku. It unfortunately was a fat backwards compatible PS3 as well. And there was nothing anybody could do about it. Like, it died. I had to donate it for parts, and that was the saddest moment. Like, one of the saddest moments. Besides the point, what I did, I got a new PS3 Slim. Oh my goodness gracious! I got a PS3 Slim, and I'm like, okay, I just need to download the one digital game I bought in 2014, late 2014. The license, Ubisoft lost the license for Scott Pilgrim versus the World. That game was taken off the PlayStation 3 store. Well, not just taken off the PlayStation 3 store. I was no longer able to access it. I was no longer able to download it again, even though I had spent my money on it. There were remnants of it, like in my download history, like in things I had purchased, but I couldn't do anything with that specific item. There was some PSN stuff back then that I had downloaded too, but that's PSN stuff. That's free. That doesn't count. I don't care about that, obviously. So in 2020, 2021, I didn't get it until 2022. Thanks, Limited Run. The license came back to Ubisoft, and they actually made it a physical copy. And the first thing I did was I bought the physical copy of this, like, in a heartbeat. I wish I got the PlayStation version, but I got the Switch version. I now own a copy of this game. Choice on that. Yeah, I do too, because of the cart. I know, optical media bad.
That's going to be one of my big ones.
This game, to me, isn't even, like, that great. But because that happened to me, and because I recognize that happened, it has held such a, like, place in my heart of, like, oh, this is a thing that can happen. That's why I've been staunchly physical. My family's never understood it. A couple of people have questioned me, but have understood. They've just been, like, kind of, oh, it doesn't matter, we're going to go digital anyways. When you are affected, that's when your whole mentality kind of switches, right? I purchased this thing and now it's just gone. And that's why I think ownership is the important thing. It was never about the disc. Though that became a secondhand. Like, let's not lie. That's a pretty ass shelf. I'm not mad at it. I love it. However, that's secondary. It's always been about the ownership aspect of it. I spent my $20 to $30 on that game. Why is that no longer mine? Why was it taken away from me? And that is why I've been so pro-physical. And even if, Sony's getting rid of physical and doesn't change their mind, and then Xbox also goes digital and doesn't do physical ever again, there's no point for me to ever buy a console again. I will be on Steam and GOG. More on them later. But, yeah, that's my story there.
No, that is a great story, and we end up in the same place, maybe for different reasons.
Yeah.
I will say that I'm not going to defend Sony. I think Sony's a real piece of shit kind of company.
Yes.
Because they do this kind of stuff all the time, right? They will remove things that people own all the time.
A week ago. Sorry to interrupt. Yeah, a week ago with the movie thing. People who purchased movies can't access them anymore. Continue. I'm sorry.
No. That's like the perfect lead-in. Like Sony does this kind of crap all the time. If it wasn't Sony doing this, I would feel a lot better. But Sony seems to have this weird idea about what it means to own something that really kind of pisses me off. We'll probably come back to that when we both decide to just drop our pants and poop on Sony. So let me work through a couple of things real quick, just to try to give the best case that I can for moving towards pure digital. So first off, you already let in optical media bad. Like optical media, right? Okay. You know me. That's where I got to go. This 5 years from now is going to degrade. Right? I mean, it might not be 5 years. Sometimes they're better.
My PS2 games from the 2000s beg to differ, sir. But then again, I take good care of my stuff.
Yeah, but I should have grabbed my thing of CDs from the 90s.
Yeah.
That I have out over there, where half of them are literally just falling apart. They've been in that case well taken care of. Just disc rot happens. So right, like optical media bad, physical media good.
Mm-hmm.
We love this. Right? I want this. Like my argument would be, I want more of these. I want more physical cards that matter. Right? They move they store data better. They have a much longer shelf life. Right? This is what we should be moving towards. Right? At the end of the day,
you say moving towards, you mean moving back to. I mean, I'm looking at my N64 games, my DS games, and.
But but part of it is these are expensive.
They are.
Like this is much more expensive than this, which I understand that. Right? We'll probably get into like the inflation-adjusted cost of games somewhere down the road on this, but like ultimately, when it comes to people talking like real serious games preservation discussions, it all comes down to we should just make a digital copy,
Yes.
right, and then
Agreed.
back up that copy as much as we possibly can. So like I can defend moving away from discs 100%. Like that move, I'm okay with. The second thing is that, right, based on larger industry trends, something like 80% of people that are buying games are buying them digitally. We are outliers. We're a niche audience. We're that other 20%.
We will go back to that topic in a moment because new news you may not have seen have come out, but continue.
Well, I mean, this isn't just like the Sony thing, right? This is larger. This is larger industry data.
Because Steam
Right.
makes up probably most sales at this point. Yeah, continue. All right,
Steam's making up a ton of sales at this point, right? So most people that are doing gaming are generally buying digital. Again, we're niche people. I'm sitting here with all of my things. If I have the opportunity to buy a console game, I want to have a physical version. I almost never buy a game for a console digital. I don't like digital games. On the other hand, we look at my Steam library that's got like 500 games in it. Most of the games that I buy are digital games. I made that transition 20 years ago. I am digital first. So like I get that. And then if you look at things from Sony's perspective, right? Most of their audience that again isn't us, right? The guys that are just buying Call of Duty or whatever, or the FIFA or that
College football that came out
yeah.
today as well.
Not us gamers.
Yeah.
The other gamers. They're generally digital first. And like that's fine. Good for them. So I can see the economics there. Especially if they were trying to cut overhead to be able to keep to a less expensive game. Now, charging you for $80 for an empty carton,
No.
that don't fly cheap. No,
or charging
absolutely not.
$80 just to download from the internet. Like
Right, and this is where we kind of get into that inflation adjusted cost of games thing. Like games as a thing, right? So even though the price went up to an $80 game, if you adjust for inflation back to what they were, they're actually like $40 in 1996 money. All right, and I remember that some games were 120 bucks in 1996. So gaming has become
brand
more
new.
accessible. Prices have come way down for new games. It just feels bad, man. Right? That's just we got so used to the $60 game that price going up eventually it hurt. Now, how much it costs to actually physically move the thing, I can understand wanting to get rid of that. But
Oh, yeah,
at the end, like, as you can tell, I'm half-heartedly defending that part of the choice. But ultimately, for me, like the third point is that like Steam already did this 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We've made this move. Right? It's been done, or at least for me, it's been done. So I feel a little bit less bad about that. But the difference is on Steam, I own my game. I have a ton of games on my Steam library that are not listed anymore, and I can still re-download them. I still own these games.
Because no
when the
DRM.
license went away, right? I have access to them. In particular, where is it? So I have Only Up. I actually, when I lost my hard drive, I was still able to re-download Only Up.
Is Only Up? Is that delisted?
It is delisted.
Oh, I did not know that.
And perhaps the best example of it is a game called Spec Ops: The Line.
Oh
that-
God, yeah.
That game does not exist anymore, and I still have it in my library because I own it. It doesn't, right? It exists on their servers, and they guarantee that I still have access to that. I can download it, put it on a hard drive, and I'll have that no matter what because I own it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really the big difference: is it digital ownership, or am I just licensing that thing like that Scott Pilgrim game? And that's where we start to run into, well, where this gets bad.
Yes.
And, yeah. So, right, if every digital purchase we made was DRM free, I could download it forever, I could transfer it, inherit it, they cannot revoke it, I will defend that. Like, I'll get rid of this, but I own the digital copy? Great. But that's not where Sony is.
Hold on. Hi, Allie. This is Allie. This is Emily's sister.
Oh, hi, sister.
Actually, I am their only brother as of this podcast. So crazy enough. Hi, Allie. I gave your sister the night off because she's going through it right now. But don't worry, she'll be fine. I gave her the night off, and I employed my buddy over here to help me shit all over Sony for whatever reason. Now, I wanna harken back on some things. Once again, we're still not. No, I'm gonna wait on that because that is a shitting on Sony situation. I think there is another important topic that kind of harkens on what you did just say though. Specifically, like the DRM and the ownership. You kind of already mentioned a lot of Steam games you don't have DRM. Most there are some Steam games that do require DRM. There's nothing you can do about that from the Steam aspect. But and this is why. And I see comments online. They're like, "Oh, why are you mad at Sony, but you were not mad at Steam 20 years ago, and you're not mad about that being digital only?" The main issue comes from this is capitalism 101, and this is capitalism 101. It's what's it called? It's competition. I have options on PC, right? Valve does something shitty. Guess what? Oh, okay. Hi, Epic Games. Hi, GOG. Which GOG, guess what? Nothing is DRM'd on GOG. Everything is DRM free. You can get everything and just download it to a disc, your own disc, and make your own physical library if you wanted to. Sorry, Doc. I know optical media bad. I'll learn. I'll do better. My bad.
No, just don't say download it to a disc. Just put it on an SD card.
Put it on an SD card or a flash drive. Optical media bad. But yeah,
here's my Steam library.
See, with PC. You've always had options. There has been competition in the market. If somebody does something shitty, you're not stuck. If I buy a PlayStation 6, I'm not going to. If I buy a PlayStation 6 and then Sony does, takes away my stuff, I can't just shift to somebody else on my PlayStation. And I already own the paperweight. And I'm more incentivized to continue to use that paperweight. That is a main issue. That is a major problem. And why this is so important. Because once again, it's other than the DRM side of things, this has never been like the end goal of just having a nice pretty shelf. That's just a nice aside, a nice extra. But it's also just having the option of competition. Sony didn't lower the price of Astrobot. Guess who did? Amazon did. GameStop did. Target did. Best Buy did. Your cousin who's selling it on Facebook Marketplace for $10 down the street did. I have options. Sony is going to keep it at that $70 price tag. It's going to keep it up there as long as it can. And if we get rid of that, and this is part of the reason they're doing it, if you get rid of that option, that secondhand market option, then you're stuck. You're stuck to an ecosystem. And no exclusives are worth that. I'm jumping ahead of myself shitting on Sony. I'm so mad. Anywho, thoughts? What are your thoughts?
I'm 100% with you on that one. That's why I've always been more of a sometimes I call myself an omni gamer. Really, I'm PC first. Mm-hmm. You've known that about me. I do have. I can't think of. I had an Xbox One. I've got the Series S. I've got a Series S. I don't ever use it. I do have the PlayStation for PlayStation games. But mostly I play on Switch because Nintendo has already proven your point there. Yeah. Already proved it. And then PC is what I majority play on, right? I think it really comes down to consoles lock you in, right? Originally, you sell this cheaper dream of we'll give you the cheaper hardware and then the more expensive games because we've now locked you in. And I really think that's kind of a false choice. You shouldn't, right? I think that's the bad choice to make.
This is the bad place. Sorry.
It's the bad place. Are we the baddies? Yeah, they're the baddies. I've always felt kind of squicky about consoles for that exact reason. I don't like the idea that I'm stuck within that walled garden. I don't like exclusives. We kind of wobbled around this point when we were talking about the news. I was going to bring up this is an Xbox, the This is an Xbox campaign. I thought that was great.
Mm-hmm.
I loved what Microsoft was doing with that. I mean, it backfired because nobody wanted to buy Xboxes because I could just play my Xbox games on the PC. But I would be so much happier if consoles died, and then everything just became play the game on your hardware. Like I know that's a real hot take. I'm good with consoles dying as long as I can. If I could play Mario with my Steam controller on my Steam machine that I made, I'd love that. Or if I could buy it through GOG, right? I think that would be so much better.
Nintendo's never going to do it. Sony and Microsoft might be forced to. Nintendo is never going to have to.
Yeah. No, Nintendo will never have to. I don't know. I can foresee a future where they're made to, but realistically, yeah. If we could just get Sony and Microsoft to get there, I'd be happy. Sure, I'll buy my Nintendo Switch 7 or whatever. But I'm never buying another PlayStation. I'm probably never buying another Xbox. That's just where I am. And I know that Sony's going to push back real hard with exclusives in the next console generation. They're already not saying they're not going to publish Wolverine to PC. I'm real pissed off about that. I'm never going to play Wolverine.
It's nothing first party is ever going to PC again.
No, they're just done with that, and I think that's going to kill them. I think that's the decision that's going to kill them. Because what property could they put out that would make you want to buy a PlayStation? The only thing that I could even think about would be Bloodborne 2. For me.
Well, you're already getting Bloodborne 2 on your Switch 2. It's just not called Bloodborne 2.
Oh, I'm talking about like an actual Bloodborne 2. That would be about the only thing. I mean, that's really the reason why I bought the Switch was later. Like as soon as I saw that, I was sold. But that's just me. Well, then obviously Mario and all that.
What Mario? I still haven't continue. We're not talking about Nintendo right now.
Yeah. Banana. For me, Donkey Kong was a Mario game, but that's a hot take. But yeah, right. I can't think of a property that Sony owns that would make me buy a PlayStation. Sony's never made, like, I had a PlayStation 3 and a PlayStation 4, and those things almost never turned on. It's really only PlayStation 5 that I've actually used. Mm-hmm. And that's just because for a while my PC wasn't good enough. Once I started streaming, my PC wasn't good enough to stream and play from. But now that that's all sorted, like I really don't have a whole lot of incentive. Like I know I keep holding up Metaphor as the game I'm about to play on PlayStation. Get that? I don't have to. And a part of me feels like I shouldn't out of principle. Like maybe I just never turn my PlayStation on ever again. I'd probably be okay with that. So I'm just so for you, what property does Sony have that could convince you to buy a new PlayStation at this point right now?
Honestly, and it's never going to happen. It's never going to happen because it hasn't happened in 2 generations. 3. Yeah, actually 3 generations because they were just remakes on the PS3. It was just a remake collection. I need Jak and Daxter. And I need Sly Coopers. I technically got a Sly Cooper on the PS3 / the Vita. Whatever. It doesn't count. No,
Naughty Dog doesn't make those fun games anymore. They make Drek like Last of Us.
And they make, what was the other one they did? I can't think of the name. Uncharted. The Uncharted series.
Oh, yeah.
Do you hate the Uncharted series?
Yeah.
Oh, I've heard great things about them.
It's not about the stories. The stories are great. I hate Naughty Dog's gunplay. Whatever engine they run is absolute ass for playing the game.
I have to show you real quick what Naughty Dog did actually on their Twitter, because this is you might be proud of them for this one. And then I'm going to talk about one more point, and then we're going to start dogging on Sony. Okay.
I'm so ready.
First, I got to show you their Twitter. I hate Twitter, but I'm going for this. What they did, look at their banner. They changed this after the Sony announcement.
Can't see it. Oh, there we go. Oh, I think I did see that.
That's their banner
Yeah.
right now. The official Naughty Dog. Yeah. They knew what they were doing. They 1,000% know what they were doing. Because here's the thing. Sony didn't tell any of their like subsidiaries that they were doing this either. Nobody knew. Nobody knew. We're going to get into the shady things that have happened at Sony in the past week since this has happened in a second. But I need to dispel one misconception about this is more so about optical media and kind of about like what Nintendo's doing, but not fully about what Nintendo's doing because Nintendo will tell you. What was Nintendo Switch 2's biggest controversy when it was announced? What do you think that biggest controversy was?
Game cards.
Yeah, it was the key cards. Game key cards that were not the game not on there. And I hear a lot of people say that's how it is with Xbox and PlayStation now. That is not completely true. You have a couple of things you have to look for. A game like this, the one that came out today, Assassin's Creed. In this case, you are right. The game is not on here. If it has that little logo at the bottom, Doc, I know you can barely see it. It says internet required to download, right? If that logo is there, you're right. You don't have the game on here. This can be taken away from me. However, if it doesn't have that logo, you can download it off without having your internet on and play the game. It will be playable. It won't have the patches it needs. It will not have it won't be patched and it won't have updates, but it will work. It is a functioning game. There are other methods, like what Square Enix did. This is the best. I think Square Enix is a scummy ass company. Don't get me wrong, even though they make great games. This is one of the best things they did for both Final Fantasy VII and Remake. A data disc and a play disc. Here's the game with the update. Here's how you play it. Game too big, put it on 2 discs. And that's what we used to do in the 360 era. PS3 didn't have to, but that's because that was the power of Blu-ray. I remember the Blu-ray versus HD DVD debacle. Oh, those were the days. My God.
HD DVD was the better format, for the record.
I mean, it couldn't hold as much data, though, was the problem.
Because it had higher quality.
I guess. I mean, it died, but...
Yeah, no,
why are we shilling for Microsoft? Microsoft is the reason we have part of the AI issues with RAM right now. Hold on. And so is Samsung and the other companies, but I digress. I can't shill for Microsoft right now. Anywho, yeah, that's just one thing I wanted to dispel out. There's this whole conversation that any physical optical media you own with the PS4 and the PS5, the game's on the disc. That's not true. Expedition 33 had already been proven to be fully on the disc, ready to go. For example, when it dropped. Ubisoft, I could never expect to do that, and that's why I'm not shocked about my Assassin's Creed. Like, oh, woo. But, like...
When was the last time Ubisoft shipped a full game?
When was the last time Ubisoft made a game worth playing? Yeah. When's the last time they made a game worth playing? I guess Shadows was fun.
No, not a game worth playing.
Oh, no.
A game that was fully ready to play.
Actually,
on ship day.
Hold on. Is this dude? Yep, that's an internet required disc. Shit, dude. It's an internet required disc. It's what I expected for Assassin's Creed Shadows. So probably a PS4 game. Probably Odyssey. If that.
Maybe Prince of Persia Lost Crown.
Yeah, but that's such a lightweight game. And they just... Here's the thing. I think all they did was publish it. They gave it to a small team who had love and care for games, unlike Ubisoft, and then said, hey, look what we made, even though they didn't make it. You know? So... I mean, you're right. When you're right, you're right.
It is what it is.
Yeah, anywho. I just wanted to spell that out. Now we got to talk about the absolute scummy things that have come out about Sony since the announcement. The lightest thing that happened is the announcement came last Tuesday or Wednesday. And then they didn't say anything anywhere, had made no statements other than your normal advertisements for them for a week. And then they put out a new statement to buy a fight stick. To which...
Oh, God, yeah.
All the comments
radio
on
silence.
that... Yeah, and all the comments are there were, is this going to be a digital only fight stick or some stupid shit like that? By the way, corporations have also been like dogging on Sony, and I'll never rag for any corporation, but I see Domino's out here like going after them. I'm like,
know. I might could shill for Domino's.
yeah, I could
Or,
shill
like,
for
Arby's.
Domino's. GameSir said we're only going to sell digital. We're not selling physical controllers anymore due to changing trends. All these companies are just dogging. I don't think Sony was ready for the backlash that was going to happen. I think they expected backlash. You would have been stupid to think there'd be no backlash. I think it's the sheer amount, because it's still not stopping today. Stories are still popping up, and it's been a week. Normally these things, they happen, they die 1 to 2 to 3 days later when people move on to the next thing. This has not died. It is going hard. And there's a couple things that we have found out since then. One, weirdly enough, the Sony and PlayStation stock both went up immediately after that. And that makes sense. And it may not seem like it makes sense, but investors care about ROI, not on your happiness. And the ROI on saving money on discs, that makes sense why the stock went up. What doesn't make sense, and I don't know if you saw this, Doc, the Sony CEO, not the PlayStation CEO, but Sony of Sony Japan, Sony everywhere, sold 56% of his stock 2 days after the announcement. Like,
That's
that's not good.
I mean, that shows that he doesn't actually have long-term belief in the decisions that his company has made.
Correct.
On the other hand, Sony is not a very large company, and they're not in very good financial situations just to begin with.
No,
Like,
most of their money is PlayStation.
Yeah, which is really weird when you consider like how much consumer electronics they are. Right, they've sold off their TV division, they've sold off
Don't forget
their
their
audio
smartphones.
division. They don't even make smartphones anymore. Well, I mean, they don't make TV, smartphones, or audio equipment anymore.
Yeah,
All of that's gone. The only thing they were making at this point was essentially PlayStations, and like unlike other large Japanese conglomerates, they don't have defense contracts. They're not in larger manufacturing. They're fairly. And this sounds weird to say when we're in the gaming space and they're the juggernaut, but like in the larger sense of things, like this is what they have, and now they are pissing off their core audience so hard without other things to fall back on, like that. Like it doesn't make sense to me. I mean, the business decision to kill off physical makes sense, but the way that they've handled it does not. I mean, it's like a character study, a case study in how to make a bad decision that's going to kill off not just your golden goose, but like the thing that keeps your company afloat.
a lot of people have been comparing this to a pump and dump scheme too. I don't.
Yeah,
I could see it. I 1,000% could see it being like the case. The stock went up like they expected it to from investors. He sold off right after that happened, knowing it's about to just flounder and tank. He's probably gonna step down.
The only pushback I'd have to that is that like that's not Japanese business culture. Like pump and dumps, that's not how they operate. I mean, if it was if it was like Atari, 100%.
Oh yeah,
I could see
Microsoft.
Well, you see, I think what puts Microsoft in a different position is that like they're one of like the 5 largest, I guess top 10 companies in the entire world, and Xbox is like this much of it.
Oh, they lose
Whereas
money
for
off
Sony,
Xbox.
yeah, and in a lot of ways, the whole Xbox experiment was just, I don't know, gaming's cool, and we want to be more than just Microsoft Office people. So like I can kind of see it, but like for Sony, it just like I can't work myself in the position of understanding this decision.
No, neither
At
can
least
I.
the way that they made it.
There's no like explanation, to be honest. It's just weird. It's weird all around. The other, I think, big thing to note, I think it was 2 years ago. You remember those Insomniac leaks that came out? Like there was a huge data breach at Insomniac and those documents. So people, once this announcement came out, they started going through documentation. And now, granted, these are numbers from 2022 or 2023. They're not the full current 2025, 2026 numbers. But when they were looking at the physical sales versus the digital sales for new games, it was more like a 50-50 split. And they were claiming like 70% back then. Now, this is PlayStation only. Obviously, yes, when you consider things like Steam and GOG and Epic Games, the digital is much higher. We know this. But in terms of Sony, it looks like it's more like a 50-50 split. And if digital has been praised a little bit more since then, it can't be by that much. I can't imagine it being by that much more if it was near 50-50.
Well, so it has skewed a little bit more since then. A lot of it's because of like retail shelf space has been deeply compressed as well. So like it's almost a retail-led push towards digital as well, is part of it. Especially post-Ukraine war, right, Middle East stuff, right, and supply chain issues. There has been a larger push in the digital sphere, right? Now again, the numbers that I was looking at, that 80-20 split is more of a Steam, right? Includes that, but right, it would make a lot of sense to me overall with a larger push towards digital. I think mostly supply chain issue stuff. But again, you ain't wrong. Right, like the general principle, you ain't wrong.
Yeah, it does get worse, by the way. But continue.
Yeah. No, of course it gets worse. Now, one area where another area where I can see a good case for not having physical is, well, leaks, right? Things being leaked early. I mean, Sony got burned with the James Franco, Seth Rogen, North Korea movie. I can't remember the name of it.
Oh yeah, it's the campaign. No, that's not it. That wasn't that one.
No.
I know which one you're talking about. The one where North Korea almost sued. Yeah, where North Korea almost sued us.
Yeah. So that was a huge leak, and then there's been a lot of game leaks early because of physical just being out in the wild. So like I can kind of see, I can work myself in that direction as well. But again, I don't think that that's worth killing off physical ownership.
No, not at all.
Or
just ownership in general.
Ownership in general, yeah.
Ownership,
Optical
media.
Optical media bad.
So, here's how it gets even more interesting to think about. And this is where I still don't know. I don't think I know the full story yet, but I'll at least say what I understand. In the things they are counting towards digital download, like digital sales, quote unquote, they are counting your things like your free-to-plays, like your Fortnites, the things you can't get physically anyways. So Wuthering Waves, Genshin Impact, and all that. They're counting those towards those numbers. What I'm curious about, are they counting used downloads? So like if I buy a used game, are they counting that as a download, as a physical download, or are they not counting it? And two, are they also counting if I have PS Plus and I get my 3 monthly games and I download or buy, even though I'm not buying those 3 monthly games, are those three going towards the digital SKU in their count?
Yeah, no, that is a good counterpoint. That's one we just don't have the data for. Like I haven't been able to see how and specifically with it, and we'll never be able to see that. That's always going to be behind the curtain, unless someone leaks it. But no, I'm with you on that point. I just think that there is also something to the fact that, like, I talk to my other gamer friends that aren't this, the classic bro gamers, right? The what we think of when we think of the gamers that we don't associate with.
Call of Duty, Fortnite,
there's
FIFA.
Nothing wrong with it. Like my cousin, I think about my cousin and the way that he games, and like he has zero interest in any physical. And I talked to like my friend Evan, like he's a huge gamer. I don't think he's bought a physical game in 5 years. He's like, yeah, I just download it. So I do think that we have a different experience, with games, and but we have to be aware of that as well. But also, like we buy significantly more games. We're significantly more engaged. We are doing free media for them, free games promotion for them. And then they have the audacity to put like muted and copyright claims because I'm playing their game that they say is okay to stream the Sorry, I did a Kingdom Heart randomizer.
I know. Well, that I'm looking more at Square Enix. That is a Square Enix and Universal. I think that's Universal's fault. Universal owns the Uncharted
Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers does it real bad too.
or is it Warner Brothers? I can't remember who owns that album, the rights to that album. But
right, that's a complete side. But like, I mean, the I think the point still stands that like we are a little bit of a niche audience in this. We are a little bit different in it. We're not the main thing, so we might be seeing it a little bit differently. But at the same time, we don't know what they're counting in the statistics that they are putting. So, like, I'm willing to concede part of that point. I'm willing to push back on part of it there. But at the end of the day, still, like, if I want to be able to buy a physical version, and if I were be willing to I would probably be willing to pay $10 extra for a physical copy. If I could get a cart, I would be willing to pay extra for that.
That's what I did for Mario Kart.
I know that I have.
I did that for Mario Kart World last year when I got the Switch. I knew I was going to be paying $80 versus $70 for Mario Kart World, and I did it anyways. Like, I wouldn't know it. Was it smart? Probably not. But like,
did I do it anyway?
Yeah.
My copy must be in. So we have one physical and one digital. The physical copy I think is in my wife's, and then I've got the digital associated with mine. But yeah, I mean, like, I would rather at least have a physical copy of it. Around, and I know what I'm paying for it.
Yeah, it's the big issue comes around DRM. If Sony, I honestly probably would not have as much of an issue if couple things would happen. There'd actually have to be a couple things. It's not just like a one thing would happen and then it's fine. These things all kind of have to happen. One, DRM has to go away. There is no purpose for having DRM. If I purchase this thing, I need to be able to own it. Just because you lost the license doesn't mean I did. I paid for it. Give me my money. Give me my game. Second, you need to open up the ecosystem. I am proving right now your hardware can run Steam games. The way I bought my Steam machine is through something called a BC250, which is the same APU as a PS5. It was just used as a Bitcoin mining board. But it's the same APU, which is a graphics and processor like combo. And it's running fine. So the evidence is there that it can work. Obviously, there's a software side of it. It's not that hard. Let Steam go on there. Let GOG go on there. You don't have to let Epic. You can let Epic go away. But I digress. I guess let Epic go on there. Hell, let me, and I'll never subscribe to it, put Game Pass on there. Let Game Pass go through. It's not good for your bottom line, no, but take a cut.
I still can't believe, like, I was a firm believer that Nintendo was going to put Game Pass on there.
I honestly was too. I'm shocked they didn't. I think Nintendo really actually should have and taken a cut.
I think they should, yeah. Take the cut off the top.
Well, I think there was one point Microsoft was like, "We'll buy Nintendo," and Nintendo's like, "Ew, stay over there. Go away. You can't sit with us, Microsoft." That was a weird time.
Thank you for reminding me to pick up my my weekly free Epic games.
Oh, God, I never look. I never look at Epic because, and this is a petty reason to hate Epic Games. This is really petty. They ruined Fall Guys. They ruined my crux. Like, they.
I will grant it. Point conceded.
Epic, I still look. You make the best damn game engine in all of gaming. I will concede to that point. However, I will never forgive you what you did to Fall Guys. Emily's not here right now, but she also would never forgive you what you did to Fall Guys. What you took away from us in 2020. I'm sorry. Continue. Moving on. Shitting on Sony. God damn it.
Yeah. No. So this kind of gets back to a point I made earlier. I wonder if there is a significant difference, right? So, like, a lot of the reasons why Nintendo does things that just don't make sense to us, and why they're such bitches about their copyright, is because of Japanese copyright. Right? They just have to vigorously defend everything. So I'm wondering if there's something in, like, that Sony's interfacing with in, like, Japanese law and business culture that we just don't understand. I want to see what, like, the Japanese reaction to this is. And I know there's a language cultural barrier that I'm running into, but. I
mean, and that brings up, I guess, another point, and it kind of falls in line with what you're saying. If there is something in line with that, if that there is some kind of law we're not seeing or some kind of whatever they're dealing with, they need to put it out there. There needs to be an official statement. It's worse when you hide it. It's worse when you sell 56% of your stock. Like, that
that's shady as
screams.
hell.
That screams red flag. Did you know about the stock thing before this?
I did not. That was the first I'd heard of it.
I thought you knew. Oh, I let you in blind with that one.
That's shady as hell.
I'm gonna send you the actual article for you to look at later. Like, oh my god, dude, it is. Oh, it's insane how quick it was. So when I sent it to people, like, was this before or after the what happened? I'm like, no, it was after. It was right after, a couple days after. So.
Oh, Jesus.
It is painful. Painful. I called myself a Sony fanboy. I will sit in my seat and I once again will remind all of you and myself, don't shill out for any corporation, because at the end of the day, they make things you love. They do not give two shits about you. They don't care. All they care about is what's in your pocket. That green, that thing that they can spend to do other things and sometimes nefarious things. Money. They don't care about you. And most of their decisions are going to be to line the company's pockets. Sometimes those things are understandable. I think this could have been handled better and in a more understandable way. But the way that it's handling it, as Doc said it, to actually take words from what Doc said literally 2 seconds ago, it's shady as hell.
Shady as hell.
It's not. Yeah. I will leave with this, and this is something Emily told me that I needed to say for her as well, because we both agreed on this. Microsoft, this is directly to you. You have the chance to do the funniest shit right now. I need you to announce your new Xbox. I need you to pull the PlayStation ad from 10 years ago and say, this is how you play games on your Xbox, whatever. And then put a disc in and say Xbox and continue. You will have... I will be a pre-order day one. I don't care what that thing costs. Sorry, Allison, in advance. I don't care what that thing costs, because I know it's going to be expensive. I will go Team Green that day. No questions asked. Or Xbox, say you're adding Steam to the console experience. And I would also probably be on board, because I know my PC, once my PC dies, I can't afford a new PC or new parts. But I digress. What are you looking around for?
Sorry, my desk just shook, and I had no reason why, and I was looking to see if a cat did it.
It probably was.
The answer was no. So the desk just shook.
Oh. Earthquake.
I made a earthquake.
But yeah, Microsoft, you have the chance to do the funniest thing. Emily said she would do the same. Emily and I said we would both jump ship. I mean, we're both already not buying a PlayStation 6. We will both immediately jump to your system and get that if we have to. Doc, do you have any closing remarks or anything you want to close on here?
If there's nothing else you can remember today, class, optical media bad. And also, fuck Sony.
Yeah, fuck Sony, dude. Fuck you, Sony. I gotta ask this before we go. Do you watch Bringus Studios?
Why do you think I'm
I know. I was like, the amount of times you've been saying, I'm like, this dude watches Bringus.
I absolutely watch Bringus. Bringus brings me joy.
Bringus makes me happy.
She never has a clue what he's doing. I know what he's doing technically, but she's like, he's just funny. So I will show for my boy Bringus Studios. If you're not watching Bringus Studios, go throw that man a follow.
Go watch the video where he installs Linux on a printer and tries to game off it and print from it.
Oh god, the receipt printer, the thermal receipt printer was so good.
Shout out Bringus, and shout out Doc. Doc, thanks again for last minute doing this with me. I really appreciate it. If you don't follow him, twitch.tv/applied science, also youtube.com/@applied science. Subscribe to him, follow him. And as usual, you can find me at twitch.tv/thebeardedblake show. I sometimes play games, mostly been co-op games. I might jump back into a JRPG. Casey, I promise I'll go back to Sea of Stars. I just am going to restart it because I don't think I gave it a fair shot, and streaming things is hard.
Sea of Stars is so good, it's worth it.
I know. I kept like stopping it at random points and then coming back to it, and I don't think
you gotta. It does have that episodic thing. So like, there's a very clear end to the point of the story. So you gotta see it through. I know the way you game, you don't really get to be able to do that, but like,
that's the thing. I usually can, but when I stream it, it doesn't. I'm not able to. So that's why I'm going to do it off stream to myself. That being said, remember, kids, get yourself a cat. Unless your wife is allergic, then don't get a cat. That will kill her. Okay, goodbye, everybody. Have a wonderful night. Don't do anything stupid. Goodbye, everybody. And